This Friday, Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are back to switch things up in Disney's Freakier Friday.
Totally, yes.
It's an absolute riot, and the only movie that can be described as
So much weirder than the last time.
What last time?
it's the frequel
You ready?
we've been waiting for.
That absolutely slays.
What deeply out of touch old person came up with that?
You did.
Wow.
Don't miss the comedy event of the summer for all ages. Disney's Freakier Friday in theaters this Friday. Get tickets now. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
This episode is brought to you by the world's first reposado from Tequila Herradura. Made with slow-cooked, hand-harvested agave sealed into oak barrels and aged 11 months. Before being enjoyed in your glass. Experience the world's first reposado. Tequila Herradura. Please drink responsibly. Responsibility.org. Tequila Herradura. 40% alcohol by volume. Imported by Brown-Forman, Louisville, Kentucky. Herradura is a registered trademark. Copyright 2025 Brown-Forman Corporation.
So good, so good, so good.
Ready to rack to school and save big? Get to your Nordstrom Rack store today for thousands of deals from just $20.
Because I want to look fresh.
How did I not know Rack has Adidas?
I got a new backpack.
Score everyone's favorite denim, sneakers, boots, and activewear from Nike, Levi's, Steve Madden, Madewell, and Free People. Great brands, great prices. Everyone's got a reason to rack. Shop Nordstrom Rack and make it the best school year ever.
Pie in the Sky Media. This series contains adult language and descriptions of graphic violence throughout. Listener discretion is advised.
Live, 3, 2, 1. Hello, Criminal Mischief Nation. Welcome back to another bonus episode of Criminal Mischief with Carolyn and Branden. I'm the Branden of that duo with, as always, the one and only Carolyn Osorio. Carolyn, hello. Are you over the, are you sad? Are you having some holiday kind of, regrets or withdrawals, or are you happy to get back into work mode?
No, I mean, I think that for me, I love the holidays, but then I love it when it's refreshed and we start anew and, yeah.
One question.
Okay.
Is your Christmas tree still up?
Hell no, it's totally was taken away.
Good. All your Christmas decorations are down?
Absolutely. The day after on New Year's, yeah. Everything comes down.
I have one question for you now. So actually two. And when I said one before, I meant two. So we have a fruit tree in our front yard, an orange tree.
Okay.
That's in the summer, it's the envy of the neighborhood. Everybody wants to barter for our orange.
So is this an orange? Is it orange? Orange?
Yeah, I make them work for it. Okay. I don't
what kind of oranges? Valencia? Cara?
Valencia. And they're not juice oranges. Okay. I mean, like, they're oranges. You want to eat them. But
I get it.
I make orange juice out of a lot of them, and it's the best orange juice in the world. There's a guy with the Meyer lemon tree down the street. We go 1 for 1, like we trade. Other people want stuff. I'm like, hey, step off. We'll see. Right?
Okay,
you got to earn it. You got to earn it.
Got the backstory.
Right? So we have it pruned. We have it pruned really nice.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of trunk leading up to this nice canopy of the orange stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I did this year is I took a lot of those mini Christmas lights and I wrapped the trunk in all like the big branches. Okay. Mm-hmm. At great personal risk to my health. Okay. I'm up there on this big ladder. I got to climb up in the fucking tree.
How tall is the tree?
It's tall. It's taller than my house. So
what?
Yeah. It's like a maybe 25, 30-foot tree, right?
20. What?
So I get up. It's
I've
a
never
huge
seen
orange
an
tree.
Orange tree that big.
It's huge. I'll send you a picture of it. It's a huge orange tree. So my question is this: I go through all that trouble of doing it. I was very proud of the way that it came out. It looks amazing, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to take them down. Okay, because I'm just gonna do the same shit next year, and you can't see it's you know what I mean? Can I just leave those up there? They're unplugged.
Okay. The question is, are they colored or are they regular?
Oh, they're white. They're not the LED.
I mean, that could be kind of cool if you had,
No, but it's unplugged. I'm not gonna have it illuminated year round. I just don't want the risk of. I didn't want to go up there and fall, taking them down. because I got to be honest, it was a little uncomfortable. It was a little uncomfortable putting him up there. I was a little nervous. I was home alone. I probably shouldn't have done it. And so I think I'm just going to leave him. I'm going to see if anyone in the neighborhoods breaks my balls. I'll take him down. But I think
Well, is it in the front yard or is it in the backyard?
in the front, it's right on the street. It's like right there.
Send a picture.
All right, I'll send a picture.
I mean, I would say that like I like to have everything taken down when it's done, but it seems like this is a special circumstance, and if it doesn't look weird, then keep it up.
Right, I don't think it looks weird.
But I mean, the weather, the elements could mess it up. You know what I mean?
It's a good point. I just didn't like being up there on that ladder. Okay.
Okay, so how was right back at you? Were you ready for?
Oh, never been more ready for anything in my life. Kids out of the damn house, get back in school.
I know.
Right. Then we get back to work. It's like 2.5 week break in Hollywood when I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I get it.
I like pieces of it, but it's I'm not one of those people that I'm like, I need to completely unplug to Zen. That doesn't.
Maybe we should though. Maybe we should because I never have.
I do a lot of stuff that's why when I'm always talking about my hikes, like that's Zen. My jogging is Zen. Like I like listening to music when I mean I wouldn't want to just be. I'm not someone who I want to just sit and like. But when I do yoga, it's completely quiet, and I love that. But like, I just like doing what I like to do, you know?
Yeah, I'm an action guy. I like getting to work. I like, crossing stuff off the list and getting shit done. That's these long vacations. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be back. I'm definitely glad to be back. But
speaking of to-do lists, I have a to-do list. I love to-do lists. That's something I love. To-do list.
Me too.
Well, I'm glad we're here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Great 2025. I can't believe it.
Oh, and I got a little golden book. Santa brought me a little golden book in my stocking.
Oh my gosh, Bruce Springsteen. That's like one of those little that's like from like when we're 5 years old.
Yeah, and there's some it's not entirely accurate, the book. I wrote a letter to the publisher already, but
okay, so Branden, just so people who don't know what a little golden book, it's like from the 70s and it's like about 2 inches thick and
not even. It's like a quarter-inch thick. It's like a 6-page book. And they have them about famous people. Like my kids have one about Jane Goodall and Teddy Roosevelt and Abraham Lincoln and Sally Ride and whatever, so it's they save the honor of a little golden book for only truly amazing human beings. Okay?
Like Bruce Springsteen. Are you excited to see the movie that's coming out?
Gandhi, Bruce Springsteen. Well, did you hear what Springsteen said? Springsteen chimed in on Jeremy Allen White that he's a great singer.
He said he was a great singer. He said he was a good singer. And it was a good singer and a really great performance. Yeah. Something to those words, but really good singer. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
wait. We'll see.
Can't wait. It's just it's a very specific story. It's just about the making of Nebraska.
Oh, really?
It's all it's about. Yeah. It's just about Nebraska, which, he was on the cover of Time and Newsweek as like the future of rock and roll. And he, Greetings from Asbury Park, Wild the Innocent, Born to Run, Darkness on the Edge of Town, The River, these great records, right? And then he does Nebraska, which is just this dark, acoustic, just kind of meditation on melancholy, right? And his label's like, okay, no, really, where's the next record?
And how did it do?
Terrible. Oh. It's terrible, but who gives a shit? Because then he's Born in the USA, which was, so it's.
So he did Nebraska first and then Born in the USA.
Oh, yeah. Years later. This was for him.
So this is gritty. This is when he's young and gritty.
Young and gritty.
Didn't he like live in a factory or something like that? So he's like, no.
Don't believe any of that.
Okay.
Bruce got honest during Springsteen on Broadway when he said he's never earned any money other than being a musician. Okay. He never worked in a factory. He never,
No,
he
I
never,
said he lived in a factory. I
no,
didn't say he worked in
no,
a factory.
he was like a beach bum down the shore, Asbury Park, living on the beach and beach houses or friends' places or whatever. Like that was it. I mean, he was a mama's boy. He wrote Racing in the Streets and he didn't know how to drive a car, but he wrote a song, right? And so like that was it. That's his gift. That's his genius, is he's able to weave these narratives and tell stories that make people think. He punches in at the union hall every morning, and where is in the pipe fitters union and does it when he's not. He's been a rock star like forever. But that's his genius. And I can't wait to see the movie. I can't wait.
Well, I'm sure it'll be
Can't
good.
wait. Yeah,
Well,
I hope so.
what do you think about this one? Oh my gosh.
I want to know what you think about this one. Because you
You
give some
know,
telltale, you drop some breadcrumbs with your storytelling.
no, I know what you're gonna think. I think that what she did was absolutely horrific and terrible. Okay.
There's a butt
But
coming.
and
Okay.
and
Oh, uh-huh.
no, I remember, here's the thing. Like, I remember when this came out and I was like, cautionary tale of don't marry an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, don't
Right,
marry.
but who are you talking about? Him or her? Who married the asshole?
I mean, I'm talking about, okay, wait a second. I can tell you.
It's a serious question. Only one person wound up being a murderer,
I
right?
know, but I think that, and she didn't, they did not deserve to die, and she is the villain totally
Yeah.
150%. But I
Yes.
do think that they stirred the pot, and like that's why so many, I mean, I remember this back in the day when people were like, he deserved it, they deserved it. And I don't think that at all, like absolutely not. But I
No.
think that, this struck a nerve, and I think that's the more important or interesting piece of the story, whether or not I believe whatever, is that women have been through this, and it really struck a nerve with a lot of people, to be
Sure.
dumped like that, to put all your energy into this family, to like, and she signed up for it. She went along with it, but then just to be
She
dumped.
ins she insisted on it. She said, she brought religion into it. There's a delineation between the male and the female roles. There are Catholics, all that. She goes, I stay home and I make babies and I run the household and he's the breadwinner. He slays the dragon. She's saying like she puts the men in her life like up on this pedestal. Did she really think that he's the first guy to marry his assistant? I mean, that's like a cliche.
I
Like it
mean,
happens.
I think that's why this struck such a chord, that she was not willing to let it go and move on. She
She
wanted,
had a boyfriend.
I know, but she wanted revenge, and she was not willing to go quietly. She wanted to complete, I mean, most women who this has happened to, and I mean, I'm going to say most because I just like, you want to not be that person that bangs on the door at the wedding or at the whatever, ramming your car
Mhm.
into the house and just looking so pathetic, and like, I mean, I mean, I can't even stand it. It was so awful that she just couldn't put that energy into transforming her own life. That there's that saying of, revenge, the best revenge is a life well lived. And it's like,
Mhm.
she would have gotten the kids and just gotten a good divorce settlement, gotten an attorney who was like out of, like, in New York, or someone that was not in this, like, echo chamber of San Diego, and just would have been smart about it. But no, instead she like tried to keep it going all this time. And then when it was over, I mean, it feels like she just couldn't have it end, you know?
Yeah, it seemed like it flipped some kind of switch, and I'm noticing a pattern evolving or developing in my own thinking, because my instinct right here is just to say if she had a breakdown, right? She had like a mental break, like a dissociative kind of break. For her to leave messages like that for her own kids, okay, that's not the sign of a healthy person. That's not just a heartbroken, bitter person, right? That's someone who's gone over the edge, you know?
I mean,
And
it's someone who's become obsessed to the point where she doesn't even, this battle with Dan and Linda had become so encompassing that she didn't, I mean, apparently after she left that message, her little 7-year-old boy like ran into the bathroom, started cutting his hair, just totally traumatized. And I've said this from the very beginning. We did an episode about, people who get divorced and who actually get along and do it for the kids. And those are the people that I have the utmost respect for, who, they break up and yeah, it's painful, but for the kids, they get along and, the kids are able to just like, okay, this is what happened. And, our parents went their separate ways, but that's not always the case. It certainly wasn't the case with my parents. It was a very bitter, contentious divorce. And then, my dad would gaslight my mom in this way. And so it's like, if you're sensing anything, it's just that I watched that happen with my mom. And I'm not saying she didn't, she's the innocent here. I'm just saying that it's like, that's really awful when that happens, because then you do start acting crazy. And my mom's certainly not crazy, but, she was driven to it.
Hey there, Criminal Mischief Nation. So we all know it's not easy drinking the recommended amount of water every day, even though we know it's good for us. I mean, it is kind of incredible that 60% of our bodies are made of water. And yet a lot of us, me included, have to fight tooth and nail to get in that daily recommended amount. So cheers to drinking the healthy stuff. I mean, I don't want to get all doom and gloom, but the reality is that not all tap water is free of harmful contaminants. So if you want to make sure that you and your family are drinking ick-free water, you gotta check out AquaTrue. AquaTrue purifiers use a 4-stage reverse osmosis purification process, which basically means there's a lot of good stuff going on inside this slick-looking countertop purifier, which is easy to just plug in with no installation or plumbing. And in doing so, it will remove 15 times more contaminants than ordinary pitcher filters and are specifically designed to combat chemicals like PFAS in your water supply. Best of all, the water tastes fantastic. But seriously, not only can I truly taste the difference compared with my old water filter, but there's also that peace of mind that comes with knowing my water is clean. And AquaTrue comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. And today, Criminal Mischief listeners will receive 20% off any AquaTrue purifier. Just go to aquatrue.com. That's AQUATRU.com and enter code MISCHIEF at checkout. That's 20% off any AquaTrue water purifier when you go to aquatrue.com and use promo code MISCHIEF. That's MISCHIEF.
Juvederm Day is coming on August 20th. For one day only, buy one $75 gift card and get one free. Juvederm Day gift cards can be used on any product in the Juvederm collection of fillers. Don't miss out on this once-a-year chance to save. Join Allie now while supplies last. Skin Beef by Juvederm is excluded from this promotion. Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, listen, I mean, my dad left my mom for someone at work. It's fucking what happens, And my mom was like, okay, that sucks, but I got to run the house. I got 2 kids still like in high school and I got to get my shit together. That's it. I got to get a good lawyer and get the best deal I can get.
Exactly.
She goes, I'm not trying to bleed him dry and punish him forever. Fucking shit happens. I got the shit end of this stick, and let me try and make some lemonade here, and she did.
Yeah.
She did. She found the guy she was supposed to be with. Awesome. She was able to keep the house, right? And she and when she sold it, then made a bunch of money, and then she was able to, but it was a struggle for several years to keep the house and working 2 jobs and all that, But now she's the way where their lives are at now couldn't be more opposite.
You mean
Couldn't
your
be more
parents?
opposite.
Your parents?
Yep. My mom's happily married for decades, right? Comfortably retired. and the exact opposite for my dad.
I mean, I think that
Honestly.
the benefit of taking the high road, I mean, that's why there's the low road and the high road. And the high road is so difficult to take. But when you
Yeah.
take it,
Yeah.
there's going to be
My mom
benefit.
had a different philosophy than the best revenge is living well. She was more, there's a Stoic saying, and I don't know if my mom's a fan of Stoic philosophers. Wouldn't surprise me. She's very well read, but Marcus Aurelius's take on it was the best revenge is not being like the person that harmed you, knowing in yourself that I don't treat people that way. That's the absolute best revenge, is just that internal knowledge, the self-awareness that I'm not a piece of shit like that, you know?
And I'm sure
Um,
that your mom wasn't entitled and like this woman, a narcissist, where she felt like she was entitled to this life. Like nobody's entitled to anything. Like,
but look what she was getting 16 grand a month to live on.
no, it was
And I'm
she.
not saying that money's everybody, blah, 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 but whatever sense of entitlement she thought she had was delivered to her. Everything but the man. Okay.
Mhm.
Because California divorce laws have been the same for a long time. There are kids involved. You have to maintain the lifestyle that they were enjoying at the time of divorce. Okay. So he was paying, she had a house. It's not like she was destitute, she was just, her ego
Yeah.
was bruised. Okay.
Yeah.
And it flipped something in her head to the point where she empties a gun into these two people.
Yeah.
He was still alive and she doesn't let him call for help.
Right, because she went over there to do it. And
Yep.
that's how, like, to your point, she was, I think, she was not insane. She knew what she was doing, got the gun ahead of time,
I'm not a mental health
practice.
expert.
And neither
Believe
am
it or
I.
not.
And neither am I.
Believe it or not. Believe it or not, I'm not a mental health expert. But I would think, and
Mhm.
listen, everything's a spectrum, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not like you're normal or you're fucking crazy. Okay.
Mhm.
There's levels of it. And I think that her, and I know enough to know that crazy is not a clinical term, but we'll use it as one for now because I'm a moron. But I think that her level of crazy began as soon as when he left her, right? That she had some kind of break and she wasn't the same person, because she's raised Catholic and you don't use that kind of language. I know Catholics. I grew up with them. You don't use that kind of language. You don't talk to your fucking kids that way. You don't like, she was already had transformed a bit and it just got worse and worse and worse. She goes and she buys a gun,
Mhm.
and practices using it. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like it's very clear that she deserved everything that she got, and she
But
should have gotten more.
so what I was saying, what I'm saying is that I could be convinced rather easily that she was insane, that there
That
was
she
that a temporary insanity crime of passion thing.
Mm.
I might have been able to be convinced of that.
Well, the last time we did this with Susan Smith, you wanted to believe that she was insane because that was your bias, where it'd be easier for you to accept that
Yes.
than to think that she would actually do that to her children.
Yes.
I think that she just chose, it's a choice to do this. She chose to do this. She
Right,
chose.
but does a rational, straight thinking, non-sociopathic fucking whack job choose to go murder two people while they're sleeping because a marriage didn't work out?
I mean, I think that I just feel like and I listened to a lot of different things as I was putting this together. And I think that, there was that struggle in the marriage where she was the breadwinner and she like, hey, one day we're just going to have the time of our lives. And this is like a grind. And we got all these kids and he's studying and he's, you know, just year after year after year, living in a basement apartment, like just that whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's like,
It's a
okay,
success story. They made it.
they made it. And they have these values together of like, yeah. And maybe she got too comfortable in that, you know? just because you
Or
have the same values doesn't mean you should just get comfortable in a relationship to the point where you let yourself go and you just don't, you know.
or forgive me for being derivative here, but the heart wants what it wants. He met somebody.
I'm not
Shit happens.
I'm not. Yes, you're right. And as you said in the beginning, this is not uncommon, but I think that that's why the reaction of so many people during that time, so many women who were like, yeah, 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 because, a lot of the times, the men are making more money than women. And so, we have to, especially back in the day, you know, just fucking take it.
Yeah.
And, and that's what I think people were responding to was that, this is such an extreme, but like
Right.
to be just, and again, I'm not excusing it, but I think it's interesting how people could relate in the sense of like, yeah, when that happens and you give up, you're the one staying home with the kids and you're not progressing in your career obviously because you're focusing on your children, and then he's going out doing that and then he gets all the money and it feels very powerless.
Sure, I get it, but but her life didn't really change other than he married someone else, right? She had the house, she was giving her a lot of money every month. The kids were taken care of. Um, her listen again, take the emotion out of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Take the fact that he was an adulterer and that he left her and that he married someone half her age, all of that humiliation, which is very real. I get it. Okay. Um, but she was always at home taking care of the kids, living off of his money, right?
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
was what she wanted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she
And
helped
so,
him
right,
get to that
exactly.
pinnacle.
And so
Yeah.
after the divorce, what was her life? At home, taking care of the kids, living off of his money.
But she was
The
no
only,
longer a socialite. She was no longer Dan Broderick's wife. She was
right.
totally like,
Yes.
you know how that goes in like
Sure.
those social
There
circles
was
where
the
yeah,
embarrassment and the humiliation.
yeah.
And in her mind, that meant that they should die.
In her mind, she just had to try to torture them as much as possible to get even. It's this thing about getting even,
Yep.
and that's never good. It's kind of like um the Jack, like one of the first episodes we did, the werewolf butcher,
Oh
and
yeah.
he saw people, and if somebody flipped him off, he would follow them and like do stuff that we would never even imagine,
Yeah.
and he wanted to get even. And it's a totally different dynamic here, but
Yeah.
this drive and desire to get
Right.
even.
See the more benign version of that. I have a friend who you go to a party and there's 1,000 people there, and 999 of them think he's the greatest fucking guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But one guy across the room thinks he's an asshole. Okay.
So he obsesses about that?
He'll obsess on that guy and go
Mm-hmm.
start a fight with that guy and get thrown out of the party and go to jail. I'll be like, what is your problem? He goes, well, that guy had a problem with me. I'm like, so what? Everyone else here loves you and thinks you're great. Why would you because ego. It's just he can't get out of his way with his ego, right? I need to convince that person should also love me.
And if they don't, I'm going to beat them up.
And if they don't, I'm going to start a fight. I'm going to ruin everyone's night. I'll ruin everyone's night. And so with this woman, I know it's the hard truth, but this shit happens every day, especially back then. The marriage rate with success rate was like less than 50%, right? So if every woman of a divorce went out on a rampage and murdered the ex and their new wife,
Mm-hmm.
it would be epidemic in this country.
I understand, but like, here's the thing, and I go back to my childhood, and this is where, and again, let me just be clear, I'm not excusing this at all whatsoever. Not at all. But like, my dad married, no, I'm not. We're just talking. We're peeling back the layers. Knock it off. My dad married a younger woman. Okay. My mom actually wanted out of the marriage. So it wasn't like he, who knows if he cheated on her or not, but she wanted out of the marriage, and it wasn't because of cheating or anything. but he ended up marrying a younger woman who was terrible. She was a step monster, and she would do stuff to like torture us and then torture my mom. And so it's like I get the what this kind of what she I think she did go through some stuff with them. Like they put some butter on these situations, just to turn the screw to her.
Yeah.
And she should have been, I mean, like my mom, obviously she doesn't go and kill them. She's just like, gets her shit together and whatever. But I get that feeling of like, somebody just lording it over the other person, the other woman. She's got the man. Like she didn't have to do that. Like have some humility in the whole thing. You know what I mean?
I hear you. And what would be, I mean, it's kind of similar with my mom, was a younger woman and not really cool about it. And my mom just was unshakable. Not, at least on the surface.
Yeah.
Let nothing bother her. Let nothing bother her. She just grounded out and just here's what I got to do. Here's my goal, and nothing is going to stop me. And boom, and she couldn't wait. She went back to school to improve her teaching certificate so she could make more money from the school system where she was a teacher and blah blah. And I was 16 or 17, and I'm like, why are you working so hard? I mean, geez, And she goes, because I can't wait till I don't need his money anymore. I cannot wait till I can just I could send the checks back. My goal is to make enough more money, enough money per month to cover what I'm getting in alimony because I don't fucking want his money.
Your mom sounds amazing. I love that. That's
it was incredible. And she did it. And she totally did it. And, and that was the greatest revenge. And the thing is, she wasn't doing it at them. She was doing it for herself and for the family. Right. And it was a great lesson. And it was, all of that. But, did she entertain thoughts of shooting them in the face? Probably. Right.
Yeah, I know. Probably. And that's where, because the guys who do this and like, it's like, why would you do that? Why would you do things when she's like teetering on the edge, just flex.
Because we as a species are fucking awful.
That's what I'm saying. Like
we're awful.
He was like, just going and getting your medical degree and your law degree from Harvard. This guy is like a total type A.
It begins and ends with red Corvette.
I know.
That's it. That's all you need to know about this fucking guy.
I know.
That's it.
I know.
I wanted to shoot him in the face.
Okay.
When I heard that.
Okay. Yeah. So quit acting like I'm the one trying to be
general principle. No, but it's very different. Most people would agree with me. You buy a red Corvette over the age of 50, you deserve to get shot in the face. Okay. I'm not trying to put it through some filter of, well, she was the woman scorned and maybe and women was going, yeah.
I'm trying to put it through that filter. I'm saying that's what it
awful.
Was. That's
it's awful. That's it's like people cheering for this Mangione dipshit because the health system needs to be redone. So you don't go fucking murder somebody like a coward, shooting him in the back in New York City. No, fuck you. There's other ways to go about it. You're not a hero, dipshit. Okay. You're not.
I know. And getting back to human beings having not evolved very far. Like we're still those people.
Yes.
We're still those people who are stoning people, right? I mean,
we used to be.
No, I think given this set of circumstances, we're not too far.
So he should be stoned in like a public ceremony?
No, I'm just saying. No, but if he pulled up in that Corvette,
stone him in the Corvette. Absolutely. If he's wearing his fucking Ray-Bans and Ray-Bans, skinny jeans, and an acid wash fucking jean jacket and a red Corvette, yes. Hard and feathered in the public square.
With the jeans like twisted on the side. What was that? Remember that?
Pegged jeans. Yeah. And Reebok cross trainers. Fuck this guy. Okay. But did not deserve his fate.
No, he didn't.
because he ended a marriage.
Yeah.
He didn't. He didn't. He could have gone about it better. Both sides could have done things differently, probably. But regardless, it's a tragedy, and she is where she belongs to be, where she deserves to be. And I don't believe they came back with murder too. How could it be murder too? She bought a gun. She trained with the weapon. She went to the house with the gun loaded. She shot him, and she took the phone away to prevent him from getting help. That's premeditated.
Exactly. But that's what I was saying, how, people were very...
Jury nullification. It was jury nullification. It was like OJ. It was jury nullification.
I think that there were, the first trial, two of them were doing manslaughter.
Yeah.
So that just shows you the feeling at the time.
Yep. Wow. Well, this was a lively debate. I didn't know that you'd be on the side of a murderer, but that's cool.
Okay, you know what? Stop.
So, now we know that about Carolyn. Okay,
cool.
Listen.
Listen.
Good to know. So let us know what you think about this, nation. Carolyn, maybe you can do a little soul searching.
Patrick, oh my gosh. Branden? Branden?
Well, we hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, if you know someone who might enjoy it, share it with them. Go over to Apple Podcasts, rate and review the show. It helps tremendously. And please consider supporting those great companies that support the show that you hear Carolyn reading the ads for, because that allows us to keep this train on the tracks. So Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful, healthy, prosperous 2025. And we hope you stick around. We got exciting things coming up for Criminal Mischief. So, Carolyn, anything you'd like to add?
Ditto. Absolutely. Have a wonderful... there's so much to be excited about in the new year. So, bring it on. 2025.
Health and happiness to everybody out there. And until next time, stay safe.
Bye.